Okay, so it's Friday, so we're gonna be real quick today. We're just gonna go over a couple of things. So right now, what we have breaking news: Donald Trump with his tariffs, and we're gonna talk about how that's important. But his tariffs were denied by the Supreme Court. They found it unconstitutional for him just to unilaterally push tariffs.
This is one of the most significant cases that the justices have decided in recent years. Here, the Supreme Court ruling that President Trump's use of these emergency tariffs that he has implemented are illegal. It's the most significant economic case to reach the high court in years, sweeping implications for the economy and, of course, for presidential power. And at stake here are billions of dollars in revenue that have already been collected by the government. Pamela Wolf, the other significance here is that this is the first time that the 6-3 conservative court has ruled against President Trump.
If you understand tariffs, they're usually done by Congress. You can't just go to a country like China and say, hey, the president can't go to a country tomorrow and say to China, hey, you're going to have to pay 200% in tariffs, which are taxes, to send your Kias to America, or to send whatever products you make here in China. You have to pay a tax on that, whatever, because Donald Trump uses tariffs like it's his personal tool set. Like he will go to a country and this is what Donald Trump's doing, right? Because he's a con artist scam. He'll go to a country like China, Indonesia. Hey, let my buddies or me set up shop in your country for a certain rate, whatever deal he has. Oh, you're not going to do it? Tariffs. Hey, Brazil, we want this and this. You're not going to do it? Tariffs. And so what they've done is now they've reeled it back. They went through the court system, and then they said it's illegal. Now in 1977, Congress passed a law to where there was executive power. It's called the, what is it called? It's called the International Economic Emergency. That's when a president has the ability, if there's an economic emergency, to unilaterally just straight up say, hey, we got to put tariffs here, 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 here. And if you know properly what the definition of tariffs are, if we got to do a little economics or supply chain logistics management, tariffs are, you usually use them to raise the price of something in another foreign country so that you can raise like people's motivation to buy domestically, locally. So that was a big news. Essentially what it was a check on Donald Trump's executive power, saying you can't just bypass the Congress and just go exactly for whatever. You can't do that. That's not legal. You can't just make up your own rules. So what's happening right now, all those tariffs he was putting on, the reason why our prices of everything was going up, Donald Trump was putting tariffs on everything. So the Supreme Court, which is 9 people, right? Yeah. Which is 6 are conservative, which is like, oh, wow. 6 are conservative and 3 are liberal. And they had 3 switch. I think it was Justice, was it Andrews or something like that? I'm forgetting the name of all of them, but 3 of them flipped. And they said, Trump, no, you can't do that. So apparently so far what Trump has gotten is what the administration has gotten from the tariffs are $115 billion. And so they're trying to figure out what's going to happen to the $115 billion. Do you give it back? Do you just say keep it? And then from now on, it just stops? When does this tariff stop and start? Does it start today immediately? You know what I mean? All these questions are being asked. And yeah, but we know as far as Trump, they're just going to find another loophole. That's all they're going to do. Trump and his whole mob, criminal posse is just going to sit there and try to find a whole different way to do what they're doing, using different laws. Trump, those guys, you got to hand it to them. They said the devil does not sleep. Donald Trump is showing you they do not sleep. So you got to be on it yourself and make sure you're taking care of your family by looking out for these things. I know people always say, Mariah, why is this type of stuff is boring? No, it's not boring. You got to understand what's going on so you can understand why if you don't understand what these tariffs are, you're going to go to the store and say, man, as soon as I get my paycheck, I'm broke. And you're going to start blaming yourself, saying it's because I didn't do this, I didn't do that right. No, the prices are rising. I just bought a can of Coca-Cola cherry. I love the cherry one. And that thing was like $3. I'm like, when did this become $3? Anyway, you guys check that out. Donald Trump's tariffs are over, and they say you can't use that as a tool to affect foreign policy and whatnot, because he's using it as a way to bully nations so he can get their money from them. Or he's just going to go the Maduro way and just bomb your country, kidnap your president, and put him on trial in America. So anyway, Donald Trump, Supreme Court, hit him over the head with a conservative Supreme Court, so you know you're really messing up. And yeah, so that's that.